Oh man, some crazy exciting stuff's coming our way real soon. Alright guys, I'm back, and today we're gonna dive into Poppy Playtime Chapter 4. Now here's what really blows my mind. We still haven't seen the game trailer yet. Like, come on, we've already got the main characters, a partial idea of the new chapter's plot, new locations, and even the new hand. But the big question about fresh gameplay mechanics, yeah, that's still a mystery. So here's the deal. Today's all about that game trailer. We're gonna talk release dates, what kind of stuff we can expect from it, and I'll even drop some juicy story details that might either get confirmed or totally debunked once the trailer's out. A lot of Poppy Playtime fans are kind of scratching their heads right now, wondering why we still haven't seen the game trailer. And honestly, with Toby's recent responses, it's hard not to feel a little nervous about whether the trailer even exists. But you know what? My gut's telling me this is just a clever warm-up, maybe with a touch of irony, to get everyone hyped. And there's a couple of reasons for that. First off, every single Poppy Playtime chapter so far has dropped a game trailer. So, like, why would one of the most anticipated chapters break that trend? Doesn't add up. And then there's the date. It's only January 22nd. If we rewind to last year, we'll remember the game trailer number 2 for Chapter 3. That dropped on January 24th. Based on that, I'm like 1000% sure we're gonna get this freaking Poppy Playtime Chapter 4 official game trailer within the next couple of days. Worst case, it's gonna be January 24th. And honestly, that date makes even more sense. It's got that whole symbolism thing going on. So yeah, let's just chill, stay patient, and wait it out. Alright, so we've got the date sorted, but there are still tons of other questions hanging in the air. One of the main reasons fans are dying to see the game trailer is to check out those new gameplay mechanics, especially the new hand. Time for a little history lesson. Back in Chapter 2, we got the green hand, which could absorb and release electricity. And thank God for that, because without it, who knows how things would have turned out in our showdown with Catnap. Then Chapter 3 really spoiled us by dropping not one, but 2 new hands. The purple hand let us jump crazy high, which was cool and all, but the orange hand? Massive shout out to Mob Entertainment for that one. The shooting mechanic it introduced legit made the game feel fresh. I had a blast running around and taking shots at those critters. Pretty sure you guys did too. But by the end of Chapter 3, we lost the green hand, and now we've got the red hand coming in to replace it. We even got a sneak peek at it in one of those blink and you'll miss it frames from the Dr. Harley Sawyer teaser. So we've had electricity, high jumps, and shooting. But one thing we haven't had yet, the ability to move far in a horizontal direction. Remember that video by MotyaGamesTV where they showed their concept for a new hand? And man, it's like they totally nailed it. It's just a concept, so we can't say for sure, but the idea of a dash hand, I'd give it a solid 50 to 60% chance of being spot on. The real deal though, we're only gonna find out on January 24th. Now, in that same frame, we can see some kind of office. And based on older teasers, the books, and a few hints scattered around the room, it's looking like this office belongs to none other than Harley Sawyer himself. That's going to be the second big mystery that should become clearer once the game trailer drops. Maybe players will get to walk around a bit in there, and the devs might throw in some cool little detail for us to find. But hey, even if they don't show the office in the game trailer, you can bet that when the game drops, we're going to comb through that place and check out every last corner. Throughout the first 3 chapters, the devs kept feeding us hints, references, partial reveals, and everything else tied to the prototype. They even showed us the Hour of Joy, which was carried out thanks to and under the leadership of the prototype. And let's not forget Poppy's little hint that he needs to die for it. Oh, and his bold entrance in the catnap scene, all of that was practically screaming that Chapter 4 would finally be all about the prototype. We'd get to see what he looks like, figure out his goals, and find out why he hasn't straight up killed us yet. But instead, we've got Pianosaurus, Yarnaby, and Dr. Harley Sawyer. Doesn't that seem weird to you? Like, to me, it's crazy. You can't just build up this massive expectation that the prototype's gonna be the main antagonist of the next chapter, then totally leave him out. But here's the thing, it's not over yet. We still haven't seen the game trailer, and I'm seriously praying that at least one of his massive fingers shows up in a frame. Swear to God, if that happens, I'll breathe so much easier. For me personally, the prototype is the biggest mystery of Poppy Playtime Chapter 4 right now. But what about you? What event or character has got you the most curious for the next chapter? Let me know in the comments. We already know a lot about Harley Sawyer, and the fact that he's the creator of all the monsters at Playtime Co. isn't exactly a secret anymore. Along with everything else, Dr. Sawyer also supervised Experiment 1006, aka the prototype. And while he never seemed to have any issues with the other experiments, the prototype? Yeah, that one turned out to be his kryptonite. Let's check out some excerpts from his report to really get a sense of this.
Experiment 1006. The prototype.
Ready to talk now, are you? I possess
a question.
Go ahead.
Do you feel anything?
This question referred to once exactly.
You stick us.
Feed us.
Tear at flesh.
Do you feel it? There's a secret inside you, 1006. Valuable beyond all measure. Regardless, I learn something new about you every day. It excites me. Thank you. You thank me.
Absolutely.
I learn something new about you every day.
I'm pretty sure something like this won't go unnoticed in Chapter 4, but what do you guys think about it? Alright, we've covered those guys, but this last topic, man, it gives me chills just thinking about it. Gotta be honest with you, I really love the concept of the smiling critters, but if we're being objective, most of them were pretty much a flop in the grand scheme of things. But of course, not these two legends who've already made a huge mark on Playtime Co. history. Well, the cat for sure did, and now, after the failed smiling critters, we're getting introduced to a new lineup aimed at teens, the Nightmare Critters. I'm dying to find out what these toys are going to be like. We already know they won't have an upgraded version under the Bigger Bodies initiative, but the way their gameplay mechanics work, that's got me curious to my core. There's a chance they might be similar to those guys we were shooting at before. But honestly, we won't know for sure until the game trailer drops. So that's it for today. Take care, everyone, and until next time, big hugs to all of you.